Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. It's Money Monday. I'm excited to be here. As of right now, it looks like we have 73 participants on the line. Make sure that you text your team and invite your ICMs to this training. Make sure that they're set up with the reminder texts each morning. These trainings are such a great way to start your day. We're learning from top income earners from around the country. And today we get to hear from Michael Huggins. Michael Huggins found Renatus through frustration. Before Renatus, he was working for two different companies. He was working for Jiffy Lube as well as Sears Auto. Michael had gone to college to get a auto mechanics degree, or he went to a specific school, auto mechanics school, to get that degree, and ended up working in jobs that didn't even require a degree, and that was frustrating. So Michael was drowning in student loan debt, and after paying on those debts for quite some time, he had realized that the balance hadn't even changed, and the vast majority of those payments had all gone to just interest, and that was extremely frustrating. Not only that, Michael was living in his girlfriend's mother's basement, riding his brother's bicycle to work. He didn't even have his own car or his own bike. And he was embarrassed about it, so he would actually hide his bike in the bushes. After some time of this, Michael began to look for other opportunities, and he actually found Renatus because he was searching for real estate investing education. He stayed up late because he was working these two jobs. He found the only time that he could, and so he stayed up late, watched his classes, and at the time, this was about 10 years ago, short sales was a more popular strategy because of where the market was. And Michael completed a short sale after, I believe, just 9 months in his education. And then just a few months after that, completed a second short sale. And that enabled him to quit both of his jobs. He then started to focus on not only education, but also the marketing side of this business. He started the Denver team. He was traveling between Salt Lake City and Denver every single week in his car to build for both teams. And now Michael, 10 years later, is not yet 10 figure, but now currently he's a 7-figure income earner. And he is on the President's Advisory Council with our CEO. He has bought just recently over 240 acres in Tennessee for a really exciting project that he and Vanessa are working on. He travels the country to share with us his experience and to help everyone become more successful. It really is an honor to bring out Michael, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say today. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Money Monday. We've got a few more of these for 2019. How exciting. I hope you've been creating some momentum, because now's the time to cash in on all that momentum. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the call. Let's talk about how to do that. How do we cash in our momentum? Well, 2 things. If you've been doing what we've been talking about this last couple months, then you now have a new reputation. And what are you doing with that reputation, right? Warren Buffett says it takes 20 years to build a reputation and a few minutes to destroy it. So some of you are brand new and you don't have a reputation yet. Some of you have been around for a while, and the warm market and people in your world know you are serious about real estate investing. The next question, though, is, are you serious about selling combos? That's what I'm serious about. So what do people know you as? I've had some pretty interesting follow-ups in these last couple months. I've been trying something new. This summer I told you guys about how I started going to more networking events. And obviously that's way more compliant than trying to do Craigslist or put out roadside signs or who knows what other silly stuff people are doing. But going to networking events, it's been a ton of fun. I've learned quite a bit about myself. I've learned a lot about what people think real estate investing is. it's been pretty, it's been worth it. I'll say that. Okay, networking. Networking. So let's not be fooled. There's definitely some work in there. And what do we work on while we're networking? So I want to put a little plug for tonight. So you guys know, tonight I'm doing the Founders Webinar. And you get a little sneak peek on what I'm going to be talking about tonight, right now. But definitely get your teams on. Get your teams. Yeah. Woo! All right. Thank you. Okay, so let's put some work in our networking. Now, I know a lot of people have their own concept of what they think success is and what how it's going to work for them. But let's review something by Robert Kiyosaki real quick. We have employees. This is called Cashflow Quadrant. If you've never seen this, Cashflow Quadrant. And we have employees, self-employed, we have business owners, and we have investors. So when most people that you're talking to are in the employee world, what we want to show them is that Renatus builds a bridge to being a business owner and a real estate investor. We also meet a lot of self-employed people, right? Contractors and CPAs and landscapers and all kinds of people. Still self-employed, but if they stop working, money stops. So we want to build this bridge. So what does Renatus do? Renatus builds bridges. We're going from the left-hand side to the right-hand side. So it's not just make money, okay? It's what kind of money are we making? How are we getting it? And what do we have to do to get it? So with all this networking that I've been going to, it's been mostly the people that I've been talking to are in the self-employed world. And man, I got some stories, but I don't know which ones to cover. Okay. What is the difference? I guess let's cover a few things on this. Okay. The employee sells time. The self-employed person also sells time, but really we could say it is a service. Business owners sell systems, and investors sell money. So what do you want to sell? That's a good question, right? What do you want to sell? What do you want to be known for? So all these people that I've been talking to, or a lot of people I've been talking to, they're in this service, right? And they get up and they're like, hi, I'm a massage therapist, or I'm a business coach, or I'm a email campaign director, something. But their income is still related to their service, to their clock, right? So that's kind of the world that we're in right now. When we're selling combos, when we're out marketing and doing this kind of stuff, technically we're being self-employed. So when I bring it up to people that also a business owner, this is where the real estate's a major key, right? Real estate, creating that system so that I don't have to be there to get paid. That's what's exciting. So most people that you talk to, when they say they're a business owner, but right, they call themselves a business owner, but really they're still self-employed. And this is an interesting conversation I have with a lot of people because they don't see a difference. But there's a major difference. Self-employed, right? If you stop working, money stops. Right? You take 2 weeks to go to Disneyland. If you're self-employed, that's it. You're done for those 2 weeks. But the business systems are, I wouldn't say automatic, but automated, right? Especially if you got property managers that go and collect all the money and deposit it for you. Oh man, I'm so grateful for my property managers. So this is where there's the financial definition and then there's the academic definition, right? So financial and academic. So the financial definition, academic definition of, so the academic could be so many freaking things. But when we want to get clear is the financial definition, right? Basically, like I said, yeah, a system. System that doesn't require you. You don't have to be there. You don't have to be there. So when people are like, yeah, I own this business editing. Okay, great. If you take 2 weeks off, your money stops for 2 weeks. So academically, sure, you get to fill out all the business paperwork. You get to fill out all the business. You get a business card, and maybe you get an LLC or whatever. Great. Academically, financially speaking, if you have to be there to make the money, it's not technically a business. It's still a self-employed operation. So this is what Renata specializes in, is turning self-employed people into business owners. That's what I've been beating that drum. I've been telling so many people, man, I've gone to like 20, 30, about 30 networking events in the last 4 or 5 months, and had a ton of follow-ups because of that, one-on-ones and get to know yous and just sharing the story. So if you're brand new to this call, well, okay, one more thing I want to wrap up on this concept is sometimes you're going to be all three. You're going to be an investor, you're going to be a business owner, and you're going to be self-employed while you're doing this stuff. It's just something's going to happen. But guess what? This is selling combos. And the business system is things like overrides and roll-ups. So yes, go out there and sell combos. Definitely. Right? That's totally in your control. But what about your overrides and the roll-ups? This is where the leverage money comes in. So for overrides and roll-ups, one thing that I've been a couple times a year, what I'll do is I'll do an activity called the money list. You guys heard me talk about the money list before? You work in your money list. So here's what I do. What do you spend your time on, right? In the money list, one of the questions is return on time. Return on time. What is our return on time? Also, my money list, I'm thinking about impact. Who can I impact on my team? Who's already sold? Okay. Where's the leverage? How can I make more money in less time while having fun? That's part of my money list. More money, less time while having fun. It's more money, great. But if it takes a lot of time and isn't fun, then that's not quite the trade-off. More money and less time, okay, great. But if it's still not fun, so how can I make more money in less time while having fun? And it's going to be your money list. If you haven't earned your 5-star status, that's going to be step 1. But now, I know a lot of you are 5-star. A lot of you are. So are you making a money list? Let's see who is on this line. Let me just scroll through some attendees real quick. Okay, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Okay, cool. Look at all these people. What's up, everybody? Okay. So my money list. My money list is really my bucket list. I know that means different things to people, but in Renata's, the question is, who owes me buckets? So another way this was put to me in the Cashflow Quadrant is in the mindset of employees versus business owners. The employee thinks, who do I owe? Who do I owe? Right? Get up in the morning. I owe. It's off to work I go. And that's the mindset they're in. Who do I owe? In the business and investor world, these two, the question is, who owes me? Right? When you get up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, you want to make sure that we're building up so more people owe you than you owe people. Who do you owe and who owes you? So now we're thinking, all right, who owes me? I got my bucket list. In building our business, we have the 4 money-making activities, right? Are you guys into MMA? Who likes MMA here? MMA. Money-making activities. Okay, so the 4 money-making activities are find the people, tell the story, build for events, and follow up. And people are going to say, well, what are we going to talk about at Super Saturday this week or this month? Well, same thing we've talked about every Super Saturday. Pinky trying to take over the world. Oh, wait, 4 money-making activities. This doesn't change, and that's great because now you can build some consistency with it. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. Every day, every week, every month. This is what we're working on. Find the people, tell a story, build for events, follow up. That's what we're doing. It's not going to change. So if you think there's more to it, nope, this is it. This is all there is to it. And that's great. And it's simple. That's all there is to it. So when you're being self-employed, let's talk about finding people for a minute. When you're being self-employed, it's you going out to network, right? If I'm self-employed, now I'm out here networking, finding folks, shaking hands, kissing babies, passing out business cards, booking appointments. Now, well, what do I do with these appointments? Well, I tell a story, then I build for an event, and then I follow up. But if I'm being the business owner, now I'm going to be working my bucket list or my money list. Okay. So finding the people. My bucket list, already people have buy-in, right? They're already sold. They already have a positive experience. Whereas networking, I got to do every other step myself. I got to then tell the story and build for events and follow up, make the sale. And then I got the buy-in. So where the heck is my phone? Okay. So my money list is basically I'll go into my business center and look at my business center, look at my AMP. And my AMP shows me who's 5-star and who's not. Who's 5-star versus who's not. And all these people who are not are going to get a phone call from me. Why are you not 5-star? Well, I don't even know what 5-star is. Oh, okay. Well, I could see how that would probably stop you being 5-star. But some people go, I just need more help, or I never thought about being an IMA or an ICM. So I get my bucket list out and I just start adding all these names to it. So that's what I did. I do this, yes, a couple times a year. So, so I called Steve. Hey, Steve, man, you've been around for a while. Steve bought a combo. He says, Steve, you've been around for a while. You're getting results. Yeah, doing real estate deals. Great. Okay, he's 1-star. Okay, so I know it's worth my time to spend with Steve because he's already got the buy-in, experience, he's sold. So I help Steve spend some time with Steve. All right, Steve, this month we're gonna make this happen. We are gonna get absolutely 100% focused on you becoming 5-star. And if I focus this month on Steve becoming 5-star, I'm gonna make $20,000. It's totally worth it. For a month of focus, 20 grand. Goodness gracious, how many problems can you solve with 20 grand? We talked about making activities. Okay, good. What are you doing? I said, well, effort here. Steve, you realize that if you're 5-star, what can happen? So I started selling them on, I got to resell them on becoming 5-star. 5-star. Well, one of the major ones is in the cash flow quadrant. You get to move from being self-employed to being a business owner. You get to move. We now start to get to activate the Renata system, right? We got the Renata system that's helping us bring income into our
Michael, I can't hear you. I'm not sure if it's just me.
Can you hear me there?
Oh man. Checking.
You're back now.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, by the way, I've been moving this last month, so half the stuff is in the penthouse, half the stuff is in the other spot, and I'm I'm using my neighbor's Wi-Fi right now because I haven't set mine up yet. So, good thing I have some cool neighbors. So maybe that's why we're having a technical challenge. Okay, so I'm working with Steve. Steve, let's do this. So you gotta remember, when I found Steve myself, I made 10,000 bucks. Cool. Oh, so grateful. I really needed that money back then. Woo, buddy. So I'm working with Steve. I say, Steve, give me your top list. Who are we working with here? Who? Oh yeah, come back to that. Who are we working with here? He says, oh, I mentioned this guy, mentioned that guy. Okay, great. Steve, we're going to start with some three-way calls. And Steve goes, man, I'm really busy. It's hard to organize with you, with my schedule and your schedule, right? When you're available, I'm not. When I'm available, you're not. So, okay, so the three-way calls, it's been a little tough with Steve. That's okay. Steve's a professional. Steve just started calling people. So Steve finally gets Kevin to show up at an event. So Kevin shows up at an event, but Kevin only buys in essentials. Well, Steve is already one star. Wait, no, not at this point. So, okay, so I get 500 bucks. Steve gets 500 bucks. Yay. And now Steve is one star. Okay. Now Kevin has been added to my organization. Kevin he's not quite sold on it yet. So I follow up. So I tell more stories with Kevin. Kevin, you're on my team now. This is what's going to happen. So tell some more stories. I build for some more events. And I follow up some more. It takes a little bit. But I finally get Kevin to also buy the combo. Woohoo! So now I make my other 9,000 bucks. Yeah. So now, Kevin, so Steve's filling up his bucket, right? Because Kevin bought a combo. But now I just do the same darn thing, Kevin. Kevin, who you been talking to? Who's on your list? And let's talk to them. So he introduces me to a guy named Wyatt. Wyatt buys an advanced combo. So I get 3,500 bucks. Man, that makes a big difference. You know, most people barely make 3,500 bucks a month, working all month in a situation they hate, not building any equity, not building any systems, not that. So Wyatt is like, hey man, how do I get 5-star? I want to quit my job. So he starts booking appointments for me. He starts putting people on the phone with me. He starts telling the story for me. So at the same time that this is happening, right? This is where we're talking about with the business quadrant. At the same time this is happening, I'm going out in the world and I'm getting making my own new list, right? Making my own sales. So I get someone named Canby. I enroll someone named Mark, and I enroll someone named Jacob. So I'm still making my monies here, but now because I spent some extra time using the business side of what Bob's talking about, I'm making extra monies here, right? Because I worked with Steve, I made an extra $14,000. And then of course, Wyatt's gonna upgrade. He's gonna sell a few combos. He's gonna go get 5 stars. Kevin's got a couple more to sell, right? So we're working the system. You gotta work the system. Now, some of the questions rise. Well, I got people on my team, but they don't bring people. They don't let me talk. Well, you got to be a certain way in order for people to want to introduce their friends and family to you. So this is where we can start to separate average from extraordinary. Extraordinary. Okay. So how do we do this now? If you think about this, and I got Steve, who technically owes me 18,000 bucks minus 9 because he sold Kevin. And I got Kevin, who technically owes me 18,000 bucks minus 3 because he enrolled Wyatt. So still got 9,000 here owed. Got 15,000 here owed Wyatt. Well, Wyatt technically owes 24,000 because of his bucket. Right? So look at all this money that's owed to me in the system. But you don't just get it because you got to be a certain way. You got to be a certain kind of person, right? This is almost $50,000 right here. So you got to be. I mean, I've been re-listening to a lot of Napoleon Hill lately. He keeps talking about value creation and just how you got to put out the value before the money shows up. And if somehow you're in some amazing system where money shows up before you put in value, then you have to hurry, hurry, hurry and add more value to make sure that you get to keep the money. So my question to you is, who are you being? Who are you being? This is so cool. You get to choose who we're being. So some of you on the call already know this, but some of you have forgotten or were just never exposed to. So let's go over a few ways of being so that people want to bring you more customers. I have a relentless positive mental attitude. I have a can-do, no matter what, no matter how hard, we're going to be able to make this happen. Relentless positive mental attitude. Action-oriented. Now here's a big one. Honest. Right? I don't know how to lie. I just tell it how it is, man. Just straight up with it. Now, these 3 are the ones that have made me the most money. Because in the customer's mind, in the prospect's mind, they're still thinking, yeah, will it work? Will it work for me? Will I do it? Is this the right place for me? What's going on? Who else is succeeding? Is there proof? Well, because I'm such a source of positivity, people want to be around. I'm just thinking like, they come down to a Wednesday night meeting, they see, but they're still sitting there kind of skeptical, like, I don't know. And then I go and meet them, and I'm just all the way positive. But I'm action-oriented, and I'm honest. Honest means also you have to listen so that you can be speaking honestly in a conversation. Now, being honest, some people might say it takes courage to be honest. Are you being courageous in your life? All right, being courageous is an attractive quality versus being timid. No one wants to be around a timid business owner, real estate investor. So you got to listen. You got to have courage. And I think a big one is forgiveness. You got to be quick to forgive, and you got to forgive yourself too, because you're going to say some things that might hurt people's feelings. But if people can tell it, you're being honest, and why you're doing it is for action, and that you are being positive. If it hurts their feelings, but you say it in a positive way, then they're confused. So they're like, wait a minute, you're a different kind of person. You're being honest. You know, one thing that I bring up in my honesty is when I meet people and I'm networking and they're over 30 years old. Okay. So I say something like, all right, you've been working for over a decade. You've been working for over a decade in America. You're smart. You're healthy. And with all of this, you still don't have 1997 sitting in your bank account? You might have even gone to college. You're in America with every reason to do well. And you still don't have access to $20,000 on a credit card? What? See, now that's not always easy to say, but if you listen, you have courage, and you're quick to forgive, well, when you're a source of forgiveness, of course, they're going to start to forgive you quickly for things that you might say that may or may not hurt their feelings. But the honesty is what's being rewarded here. So say, think about it. Think about it, especially if you're 40 or 50 years old, you're 60 years old, you're in America, you've gone through all this work, you're healthy, every reason to do well, and you still can't afford $500 a month. Okay, it's not right or wrong, right? It's not about judging. It's an observation. We're not doing right or wrong. No. Not saying that they're wrong for doing this. I am amazed or fascinated. I'm amazed. What? How? How have you been working for a decade and you are not able to afford $35 a month on your credit? What? So this is where then I got to take charge in the conversation. So taking charge, people will only buy if you take charge. No one says, will you sign me up now? You got to say, will you sign up now? So now we've established that they need some help, right? You got all these reasons to do well, yet you're not. We got to change something. So if you listen well, this is where the listening comes in, because now we can use their reasons, right? Their reasons, not my reasons. You need to buy a combo because I need 10 grand. I want to pay off my car. Buy a combo from me. No, their reasons. What are their reasons for doing it? And guess what? Their reasons, your reasons, they're all the same. They're all the same. People want to be safe, comfortable. They want to give back. They want some variety in their life. They also want some stability in their life. They want to have purpose. They want to have an impact. Everybody's reasons are the same. But you got to be able to specify that I was listening to you, and I want to help you do this. Now, in this conversation, one thing we're now into the closing conversation with people, right? Like, we've already told them the story, they've already attended an event, and now I'm listening and going, wait a minute, you don't have the money to sign up? Like, don't you want to sign up? Like, yeah, I want to sign up, I just don't have the money for it. Okay, my goodness, we got to change our behavior. So, okay, this happens to almost every follow-up when they start having questions. Okay, they have questions, they always do, but they have two kinds of questions. So when we're doing our follow-ups, we have okay, I'll put it this way. We have buying decision questions. And then we have real estate training questions. Okay. So I know everyone wants to be so valuable and help everyone. Say, all right. What questions do you have? I'll answer any questions you have. If they are buying decision questions, right? Like, how do I pay for it? Is it worth it? What do I get? How does it work? How do I pay for it? Who's involved? Who's going to support me? What else is there? Well, how does velocity banking work? Or how do self-directed retirement accounts work? Or how does credit work? Or how does seller financing work? Like, guys, I would love to share that with you. And I put on a big, huge smile, and I would love to help you. I would love to help you. Gotta be honest. I would love to help you. And big old smile. That's in the education. I would love to help you, and that's in the education. So it sounds like the best way I can help you. Okay, so a few pieces of advice that I always give people so that our conversation is not salesy, it's not a dictator, it's not pushy. I don't want any of that stuff. Okay, so we got to have an equation. Here's our language equation. How many of you guys go to Toastmasters? You guys and gals, you guys go to Toastmasters? I know Keely does. I know some of you do, or you've been at least once. Okay. Well, in Toastmasters, they talk about the compliment sandwich. The compliment sandwich. So it's you say compliment, then a correction, and then another compliment. And nobody wants to just hear a whole bunch of corrections. You looked at the ground too long. I couldn't hear you from the back. Your volume sucked. You didn't smile. You were doing a karate chop with your hand every freaking time. Why did you keep stepping backwards? Like, nobody wants to hear that stuff. They do it in a way because they're Toastmasters, but it will be easily digested. It'll be easily digested if it comes in this equation. Compliment, correction, compliment. Hey, I like how you came out the gate with a strong question. It really engaged me in the conversation. Now, when you did this and this and this, you lost me. But you have a strong demeanor and you dressed professionally today. So it was, pleasing to the eye. Whatever. Everyone's different. the complement sandwich. Okay, so our equation for sales, the sales language equation, is like this: coaching, closing, coaching. Triple C, same kind of thing. But here's what it's like. It's like, you know what? You know what I want you to work on tonight or this week? This week, you're married, you're not married, whatever, doesn't matter. If you are, great. Get your spouse's support for this. If you're really gonna make this thing happen, and you gotta be this guy that's like telling them, that's taking charge, right? You gotta take charge in the language. So I say, all right, tonight or this week, give a time limit on it. This week, I want you to come up with a mission statement and a name for your business. Right now, I'm coaching them. I'm giving them stuff to do. They're like, what? But I'm not even in, they might be thinking, I'm not even in the program yet, and I'm already getting some coaching and some value and some direction. This is awesome. And then the closing would be something like, from the premise of where's the money coming from, right? Like, are you doing a 401k? Are you doing get funded online? Are you using UGA? Are you are you paying cash, right? Where's the money coming from? Is this love money? You got to go find a friend or family, borrow their money. But don't end the conversation with just, hey, Michael, how's it going? Hey, I was just calling to check in on you. How's your 401k? Did you get that money moved over? Okay, perfect. All right, I'll see you next week. People don't like those conversations. Even might be the only reason why you really are calling them, is to make sure that they called HR and got their 401k on the way. But instead, you're going to make this sandwich. Coaching, closing, coaching. Okay, last thing. By the end of the month, I want you to also make a vision board. Okay, vision boards are a major key to your success. They're taking to your own life, visualization techniques are a major key. Visualize and affirmations are really going to help you to stay focused. So this will be fun. It'll be like an activity, right? You can get your kids to do it with you, right? Make your kids have their vision board. What do you want to do in the next year or two? What do you want to do? What do you want to create? Doesn't matter how old they are. Make it an activity. Get some involvement going. And then here's what's cool. Because you're making them make a vision board, a mission statement, and name for their business, they're actually creating a new reality. With this stuff, they are actually, like, know what business they're in. They're in the process of creation now. So it's moving from I'm a customer or I'm a prospect to now I'm actually in creation mode. They're already receiving value, and now because they got value and they didn't pay, now they feel like paying. Now paying is their idea. Paying is their idea because of the value. Right? Not many people go around receiving value and not go, wait a minute, don't I have to pay for this? Yeah, you do. So coaching, closing, coaching. Another thing might be if they already have a vision board, right? Like, let's say you meet them and they're like, yep, I already got my mission statement. I'm going to provide safe, clean, affordable housing. Name of my business is Michael's Enterprise, and I already got my vision board made. Wow, wonderful. Okay, then here's what I want you to do. I want you to write out 10 affirmations, okay? And I want you to watch this YouTube video. My favorite YouTube video to send to people is by Les Brown, okay? Les Brown, and the title is You Gotta Be Hungry. You gotta be hungry. It's about 45 minutes, okay? So now that as I'm talking to people, they have something different in their head. Wow, this guy's making sure that I got my mission statement. Yep, that's important. Name for my business. Yep, he's on point. My vision board. Oh, 10 affirmations. Okay, sure, I can do that. Watch a video. Okay. Now, these are important things to do anyway. No matter what, these are important. But when you put it into this kind of equation, this kind of language, now it's easy to reach out to people and do your closing calls, right? And people look forward to you calling. They look forward to receiving your calls because they're always leaving with some sort of coaching, action, step, something. They look forward to calls with you. So use this equation, build up a new reputation. When your customers go through an experience like this and they realize that you're moving them through the system, and that you're not always just focused on them spending money, but them actually making money and receiving value, then what you're going to do is you can then activate your bucket list. So after they've been in for a month, and you say, okay, who are we working with? Because now they got the buy-in, they're sold, they're having a positive experience, and you ask them for that list. And now you go back, you find your own next customer, being self-employed, but now you can activate the business owner side of things. Who owes me? Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. We're at the top of the hour. Cool. Kevin just put the link in the text box for you. So I'm going to give you all 30 seconds to open up the chat, grab that link, and watch it. Now, if you've been struggling to close somebody or get them to answer your phone or reply to a text, you say, hey, my coach just made me watch this video, and I thought of you. I thought you would get some value out of it, so here you go. Have a great Money Monday. And work on your reputation as a business owner, as someone of value, someone who cares about other people's results, someone who's honest, has the courage to speak their mind, and quickly forgives. Cool. All right, you're awesome. Thanks for being on the call. We'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day.